Family day in the city, from the music to the dancing and laughs and memories. If you were there, you know. If you missed it, well, don't let the FOMO catch you twice. Galaxy 947 Joburg Day was proudly powered by Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. Check out all the 947 socials for pics, vids, and even more from the day.
On 947, this is EWN.
Good evening, I'm Lerato Hufela. The Madlanga Commission of Inquiry probing interference in the criminal justice system says a highly qualified witness protection agency will be hired to safeguard witnesses. The commission held a briefing at the Bridget Mabandla Justice College in Tshwane this afternoon, where the public hearings will begin next week. Oren Singh reports.
The Judicial Commission of Inquiry into Criminality, Political Interference and Corruption in the Criminal Justice System claimed to have taken lessons from the Zondo Commission into state capture when it comes to witness protection. Speaking at a media briefing in Pretoria this afternoon, Commission spokesperson Jeremy Michaels stressed they have had to find ways around witness protection, given that the bodies responsible for it have been implicated in the allegations set out by KZN police boss Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi.
We are innovating, and we are not going to discuss those details in public.
Chief Evidence Leader Dr. Peter Goss revealed they are procuring a company that specializes in witness protection as a service provider.
We are procuring a service provider. We are dealing with a highly qualified service provider.
The Commission will commence with its public hearings next week, Wednesday. Oren Singh, Eyewitness News, Pretoria.
Alleged underworld figure Vusmuzi Kat Matlala will remain behind bars until next week after the Alexandra Magistrates Court reserved judgment in his bail application. The 49-year-old businessman is accused of ordering a hit on his ex-girlfriend, actress Tebogo Tobejane, in December 2023. Matlala, his wife, and 3 other accused face charges ranging from attempted murder and conspiracy to commit murder to money laundering. Mongezi Koko reports.
The defense told the court that the state has failed to produce direct evidence such as fingerprints or ballistics linking Matlala to the alleged hit. However, prosecutors argued that circumstantial evidence, including phone records, messages and bank transfers, paints a compelling picture of his involvement. The state also highlighted what it called red flags in his affidavit, including multiple trips to Eswatini, destroyed cell phones and a fake identity document. Magistrate Data Prinsloo postponed the matter for a formal ruling.
Sir, the matter is postponed for judgment until 17 September. I'm diarising it for 11 o'clock in the morning. Thank you. Then the applicant may step down.
Until then, Matlala will remain in custody. Mongezi Koko, Eyewitness News.
On the weather front, a partly cloudy Tuesday in store for Gauteng tomorrow with isolated showers and thunder showers. Joburg dropping to an overnight low of 12 degrees, peaking at 27. Pretoria 15 and 28. Vereeniging 11 and 28 as well. Lerato Hufela, Eyewitness News.
EWN, in touch, in tune and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
#MSW. You may begin to feel anxious or excited.
Honest, deliberate, engaging, uncensored.
High dosage administration can cause adverse reactions.
And most importantly, independent in mind and execution.
This is a normal response. Are you ready?
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Great show as always, Darop.
Thank you, Mr. Marawa. Good show as always.
Great show as always. Thanks.
Great show as always.
Great show as always, Rob. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the wonderful show, Robert. Thank you so much.
It always gives me pleasure to speak to someone who's got such an insight.
I love the introduction.
Hey, what is show, Marawa?
I need my poker!
It's not positive, man. Mike is not positive. It took 30 minutes to answer that question. I took just 5 seconds.
Oh, guys, my goodness.
The All Blacks blow through. Back it comes from McKenzie. The All Blacks defend their fortress.
Ubaba Mhlabane.
overflowing escort. How can I forget Joris Kosana, the goal that he scored in Abidjan when we were winning the Champions League in 1995. Wow. Another thing, Marawa, that I would like to thank you is the opportunity that you are giving to the legends while they are still alive. We really, really appreciate what you are doing, my brother.
It's almost like a penalty shootout. So no explaining nothing. One coach who understood you the best.
Yo.
Who's Coach Yo? I don't remember Coach Yo coaching you. Where was Yo from?
I don't know, the late Edgar da Silva, the late Eddie Lewis. But obviously, Victor Pondarenko gave me the biggest opportunity of being the top striker at Orlando Pirates.
He understood you? Or did you understand him? Or you both didn't understand each other? Because he was mind your language, remember?
Yes, but he was always telling me about I look like a Brazilian. I play like a Brazilian. Me, I was a top striker, but that was too mobile, and he enjoyed it.
So he says you look like her? No, you said...
I play like a Brazilian.
But Brazilian.
La il posta uyabusa kuvela bani ufuna ukuyiyela ayivesa kamnandi nalithuba khalakatha batha izi Nigeria silindile.
Robert Marawa, live on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. #MSW.
Good evening, Darop. Good evening to all the MSW shareholders. I'm Gambata in Devon. My reaction Monday, Darop. It's Bafana Bafana beating Lesotho by 3-0 convincingly, and Mokoena proving to be a star player. Solid performance from him, and Ozwinopolis also. He was all over the pitch doing great, tremendous work going forward. And as Kaizer Chiefs fans, we didn't expect Khanyisa Mayo to be joining Chiefs. That was a shocker for all the South African football fans. And us as Kaizer Chiefs fans, we're very happy. And lastly, Lucas Ribeiro leaving Mamelodi Sundowns to join Leganés from La Liga 2. It's been coming. Thank you, Darab. Great show as always.
Yeah, it is Reaction Monday. Welcome to it. I mean, there's so much, guys. So much to talk about. The Boks losing, the Bok women losing, Bafana winning, Bafana playing tomorrow. A crucial game. I mean, we get an opportunity to be at the World Cup. That's what it boils down to. We'll have a guest in studio. We'll chat tennis. We'll chat anything and everything because it is that kind of a show. It's busy, busy, busy. It is Reaction Monday, Marawa Sports Worldwide. Proudly brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
Let's go! The moments you remember. The games you can't forget. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets.
In a sensationally bold and brawny performance, goes to Sergio.
It's been some sweet swinging all tournament long from Alcaraz. His most polished performance at a major so far. Alcaraz at 22 with his 6th major title. 2nd here in New York. And he rises back to the top of the rankings come Monday. Yannick Sinner, he's had a tremendous year. 2 major titles. These two men split the majors again for the 2nd consecutive season.
Yeah, the US Open, I mean, it's given us another blockbuster chapter in world tennis. I mean, for the 3rd consecutive Grand Slam final in a single season, the sport's 2 brightest young stars, if you watched it last night, Carlos Alcaraz as well as Yannick Sinner. I mean, they sort of crossed the net from each other. It was history in the making. I mean, perhaps this one wasn't quite as long, it wasn't as riveting or dramatic as the French Open Classic, or maybe it didn't really have the plot twist of the Wimbledon showdown. But make no mistake, guys. I mean, this was significant. I mean, one on the other side, the women's side, Arina Sabalenka producing another masterclass, overpowering Amanda Sinamova. I mean, that's taken the crown, reinforcing her dominance as well at the very, very top of the game. So what does this all mean? for tennis? I mean, what does it mean for rivalries, for the future of the sport? To help us unpack it all now, I mean, we're joined by one of South Africa's most respected tennis voices, a promoter, pioneer, and a man whose legends come and go. That's Bruce Davidson joining us live. Bruce, I know you got a very busy Monday. Good evening and welcome.
Hello, Robert. Good to be on the show, and hello to all your listeners.
Oh, I mean, how do you classify what we saw last night?
Well, I think that this was the rivalry we've long awaited. Everybody was worried about what was going to happen after Nadal and Federer retired. And the writing has been on the wall for a while, but I think that, you summed it up in the intro. You have 3 Grand Slam finals, epic ones, to say the least, and the rivalry's there. And I think you're right, it wasn't the longest match, but it was a great match, great stroke play, a lot of effort, heart. I mean, 2 of the greatest tennis players we're ever going to see in our lifetime, and they're still very young, especially Alcaraz, and explosive and very consistent. And I think, it was a fitting final for New York, and I think that Alcaraz deserved that one.
And then we wake up this morning, Bruce, and he is number 1, top of the ranking.
That was the big aim and objective, because he knows that it's a key position to be in whenever you go into any tournament. Never nice to slip down the rankings after you have been number 1. And of course, every time he's number 1, he gets a $38 million bonus from his sponsors. So that makes a very worthwhile effort.
He gets what, Bruce? Court. Please repeat that. I didn't hear you properly.
$38 million dollar bonus from sponsors every time he reaches number 1.
That is crazy.
And it used to be $10 million in the old days for Nadal and them, but it's just grown and grown and grown. And that's what he chose. He chose the incentives more than he chose the actual everyday consistent retainer. He likes the challenge.
Sure. I mean, what a retainer. Bruce, you and I wouldn't be chatting on the phone right now. We would be somewhere on an island enjoying those fruits of the labor. But at 22, though, I mean, he's already ahead of where Djokovic was at this age. I mean, do you think that we're watching, a player who could build an even bigger legacy than Novak?
Well, they say he's got a bit of everybody in him. He's got a bit of Nadal in him. He's got a bit, that was his idol. He's got a bit of Federer in him. He's got a bit of Djokovic in him. So he's a perfect ingredient for that exact position that you're talking about. He probably is the one that can do it, because now he's proven to everybody that he's able to win on clay. He's able to win on hard court. He's able to win on grass. That's what Nadal was taught, because a lot of the Spaniards only like the clay, and this is going to be in his advantage. I see him as a Nadal, but I see a Sinner very much like a Djokovic, and Sinner, he might be a little older, but he's also going to be a power. I mean, the rivalry is going to be real.
Sure. I mean, there were some crazy shots that they were playing last night. There were some returns sliding as if they're on clay courts. It was an unbelievable, in the moments, final that we saw. I mean, was there a stage where you thought maybe Sinner was throwing his way back?
No, I didn't think so. In fact, I was surprised that he finished the match. I had some inside information that he had actually quite a bad abdominal injury after his semi-final against Novak Djokovic, and if it had gone any deeper, maybe 5 sets, I don't think Sinner would have completed the match. So, and Alcaraz knew that, so he was going to make it hard and tough like he does often. So I thought Alcaraz had the edge, and obviously he came out playing incredible tennis. So I don't think Sinner would have lasted if it's gone to 5.
All right, before you disappear, a quick one. Let's look at the women's draw. I mean, Sabalenka over Anisimova. I mean, Arena, she's shown her consistency, though, at the very top, and she's also officially knocked Iga Swiatek off the throne as the queen of women's tennis. Is it fair to say that, or are we jumping the gun a bit here?
Arena Sabalenka is the queen of hard courts. She's just so good. In Australia, she's proved it. She's proved it in New York. But it was tough against Anisimova, because she went in to play against a player that had beaten her more times than she had beaten the player. So they had a 6-3 They played in each other 9 times before the final yesterday, and Anisimova had won 6 of them. So that wasn't easy for Aryna Sabalenka to go in against a player that had her number. And I thought she played very, very well, considering the pressure of that. Anisimova has Aryna Sabalenka's number. She knows how to play her. And she's a very, very powerful player, Anisimova. We're going to see a lot more coming from her if she can just get the consistency and especially her mental game right, because you could see from the side the coaches saying, zip it, keep quiet, don't get under your skin, don't run yourself down. Those are things that have to be learned very quickly in order for her to be at the top of the game.
I mean, you talk about Anisimova. I mean, reaching the U.S. Open final on its own, Bruce. I mean, it surprised a lot of people. Do you think that? Is it a one-off?
No. She's good. This kid. She got to the final of Wimbledon. She was beaten love and love in an absolute annihilation by Iga Swiatek. Then she plays Iga Swiatek in the semis at the U.S. Open last week, and she just managed to keep composure and get the revenge. But that must have been a tough one for her. This girl can play ball. I've always seen her as a very dark horse, be a world number 1. She's going to win some slams, there's no doubt. She's got too much good movement. She hits the ball extremely hard, especially on the forehand. Her return is excellent, and if you've got a good return in the game, then you've got a really good chance of doing well.
Djokovic, Nadal, Murray. I mean, is the chapter closed now, Bruce?
Yeah, no, I think Djokovic has still got some tennis in him. He got to the semi-final.
Yeah,
people are forgetting. They're just so used to him winning everything, but he got to the semi-final. I mean, there's a lot of players that play for 10 years as a pro and never get to any Grand Slam quarterfinal, let alone semi. I mean, when they played that semi-final, between the 3 of the players, Sinner, Alcaraz, and Djokovic, there were 33 Grand Slams in total between the 3 of them. That showed the quality of that field. In the women's singles in the quarterfinals, every one of the top 8 of the 8 in the quarterfinals all had reached a Grand Slam final. So the quality of tennis at the moment on the global stage is really good, men and women. And I think Djokovic has still got a little bit in him to do well. I've got a funny feeling if he's going to call it quits, it's either going to be in Australia, which he's dominated for so many years, or maybe at Wimbledon, where he's also done very well, and which he classifies as his most favourite tournament.
I always say, Bruce, that this US Open is a very special tournament. I mean, when the tournament started, those chat about hairstyles, there was chat about all sorts of things arbitrary outside of tennis. I mean, has there always been this chaos? I mean, night matches, there's been noisy fans, even the former US president causing delays this year. I mean, has it now surpassed Wimbledon as the most entertaining slam in world tennis?
They're also different, Robert. If you go to all of them, I've been blessed to do all of them. The party atmosphere in Australia is so different to the prim and proper and absolute. You just respect the tradition of Wimbledon. And then you've got that chic, classy, fashiony French Open, just like the French do things. And then you've got this big, brash, hamburger-type slam in New York. It's got its own magic. It's got the biggest tennis court in the world with over 24,000 seats. It's got a second court which has got more seats than probably one of the other great stadiums. It's packed. It's loud. It's music. It's almost like a rock concert on steroids. And it's very, very difficult for the players to play in that. But New York has got a magic to it, and you can't take away that from the Big Apple, and the US Open lends to that magic.
All right, Bruce, I know you're going to disappear. Let me give you a quick fire round. 1-word answer. Match of the tournament.
I think the match of the tournament, sure, that's a difficult one. But I did your match of the tournament. I think that we've got to give it to Anisimova beating Swiatek after she lost 6-love. I thought that was a solid performance.
Breakthrough player?
Breakthrough player. Well, he's not a breakthrough player, but what a brilliant tournament he had with Felix Aliassime from Canada. I mean, he's been in the top 10. He slipped out of the top 10, and then all of a sudden he's back into the semi-finals. I think that really deserved a breakthrough. He's back where he belongs, and he's a great asset to the game.
Was this Alcaraz's best performance yet?
one of his best. I'm not saying it's his best. I think he played a better Wimbledon final one year. He played an incredible final at Roland Garros, which we all watched, but it's one of his best matches ever. And as Sinner said after the match, he was slick.
An easy one. Sabalenka or Swiatek? I mean, who ends the year stronger?
I think Sabalenka now, definitely. She's run away with the points, and I see she's a solid world number one.
And is Sinner now the clear number 2 behind Alcaraz? Do you see that happening until the end of the year?
Yeah, I think it'll stay like that. There's nothing big coming. There's a few Masters tournaments, but it's going to be a close tussle, and we'll have to see what happens at the year-end championships if they play, because points are awarded there, and the players are so tired by the end of the year.
And given your foresight, Bruce, rising star outside of the top 10, who can win a slam in 2026?
Well, he's in the top 10, but he's just got into the top 10, and this is Ben Shelton. I think there's something big about this American kid. He's an incredible asset to the game. He's got character, and I think it's going to be Ben Shelton. He's going to surprise us all.
Yeah, it was lots of fun, Bruce. Thank you so much. Enjoy the event tonight. Bruce Davidson, as always. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Keep your eye on the ball.
Thanks so much. That's Bruce Davidson there in Johannesburg, tennis promoter, and obviously our expert right here on #MSW, giving us the lowdown on the US Open.
#MSW, live now on 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. #MSW.
Looking for the perfect place to book your next local holiday? Lekker has you covered with over 30,000 stays across South Africa. From luxury hotels, resorts and lodges to cozy self-catering homes, B&Bs and guest houses, Lekker has something for every taste and budget. Whether it's a quick getaway or an extended holiday, visit Lekker today and easily book your dream getaway on South Africa's leading accommodation app.
Oh my word, Natasha. Girl, I just got my nails done, and guess who I saw with insufficient airtime?
Air for flair with juicy gossip to share? Trust Air Mobile to help get you there. You can stay ahead of the curve with Air Mobile's auto top-up feature and make free air-to-air calls. That means you can catch up with your Air Mobile friends or call grandma like you promised without worrying about the bill. airmobile.co.za. Seriously different. T's and C's apply.
Natasha, are you even listening?
One festival, endless flavor, and 2 unforgettable days of timeless music. The DSTV Delicious International Food and Music Festival, powered by Lotto Star, returns on 20 and 21 September at Kyalami Grand Prix Circuit. On Saturday, the stage erupts with Don Toliver, Questa, and Nkabi Zezwe. Then on Sunday, experience the legendary Lauryn Hill, Wyclef Jean, Lyra, and more. The DSTV Delicious Festival, powered by Lotto Star. Tickets at Ticketmaster.
I got a secret. Do you love to play? Do you love moolah? Then you'll love Fred. Sign up on betfred.co.za for the best odds online and SA across lucky numbers. Play sports and all your favourite games will match your first deposit up to 21,000 Rand, because you can always bet on Fred. Betfred is licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18s are permitted to gamble. National Responsible Gambling Program on 0800 006 008. All games are fixed odds. Betting events. Winners know when to stop.
A healthy immune system begins in your gut, so the inclusion of high-quality probiotics in your diet can be beneficial. Biogen Supreme Probiotic 9 strain is an advanced formula with Hawaru strains and Orofti Synergy 1 fiber designed to improve intestinal flora. Biogen now also offers Supreme Probiotic for her for intimate feminine wellness, as well as acute travel biotic and Choose for Juniors. Choose a probiotic supplement that's right for you. Available at Dis-Chem and biogen.co.za.
Hobby is a great new way to buy or sell your car. Hobby will make your day, ain't no other way. Come to us, so we'll come to you. Our team's colors are yellow and black. Quick, efficient, fair, that's where we at. Whatever you want, whatever you need, we've got the car for you. Hobby, soon we'll be number one.
Buy or sell your car today. Visit cubbycars.co.za.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Jerry Sikosana, Unishan Never Pirates.
Sports.
Jerry Skosana, Legs of Thunder is my guest here tonight. Don't think there is an individual that might know you as much as this guy.
Yeah, we used to call him them greedy. Hey, Jeru Shaganpile, man, Robert. Umshaka, hey, man, Tebza. If young landa, I need to zile una le tulu le wati tobe la. So Jerry said, I will make you meet these people after the game if you are coming to fetch me. It was the first time I see somebody come off from the bench and score a hat trick. Hey, I didn't waste my petrol, my time.
He's taken you on an emotional journey here.
Yo, bro.
Macready's.
I'm grateful to him for what he did to
and
me.
Boom Shaka? You never told me that you could do Boom Shaka dance.
I can't dance, Rob.
Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW. Not your ordinary Monday. It's Reaction Monday. Hashtag MSW.
Rob, my reaction Monday has to be the sad news about the retirement of the Ethiopian referee, Mr. Bamlak, whom I believe is one of the best officials that we've ever produced in this continent. Very decisive and meticulous in his approach in managing the game. Just want to thank him for his contribution to the beautiful game. But secondly, I just wondering, the Pirate supporters and South Africans might be wondering, what is it that Hugo Bruce is doing differently to get the best out of Ocean Police, because he's a completely different player when he plays for Bafana compared to when he plays club football. But lastly, Rob, I think the match tomorrow with Nigeria should have been postponed up until Victor Osimhen has recovered, because we don't want excuses that he wasn't there, because the Nigeria that played Rwanda, Rob, I don't see Bafana struggling to beat that team, because they're a group of superstars who are not able to combine anything tangible towards football that is of good standard. Thank you so much, Deboko.
Hey, Deboko, we got a Nigerian, you got a Super Eagle that's going to be chatting to us in just a moment. He's live in studio. We'll chat about that. No excuses, eh? No excuses. With or without. No excuses.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa, and to the Marawa faithful. We're back on a Reaction Monday on the greatest sports show. Reaction would be big congratulations to Carlos Alcaraz. A good performance. I think a solid performance yesterday. Late evening, but it was a good watch. I think we have a good rivalry building between him and Sinner. So looking forward to that, on the tennis side. Same old on the Formula One side. I think the three guys that have been doing good and been on top every other race has been there, so not much changing on that side. To the Springboks, I wouldn't say a bad loss, but I feel like we could have done better, maybe scored a few more points in that game, could have been closer, but away from home, Eden Park, it is what it is type of thing. So let's look forward to a better game coming. A few changes made by Rassi, so definitely not sitting long on whatever he saw on Saturday, changing it immediately. The Bok women, a tough one against New Zealand, but we always go on positive, and maybe the girls can get something out of that, so we'll be rooting for them. A good ODI win from the cricket guys. Well, the third one wasn't that important, but still, not a nice score. Could have looked better, but yeah, one of those. And then to cap it off, Bafana, well done on beating Lesotho. Cheslin, thanks.
Hey, Cheslin, thank you so much indeed. Like I said, guys, we're going to be preparing to chat Nigeria versus South Africa. We'll go live to Bloemfontein and also live in studio. Osasu is in the building.
Good evening, Rob, and good evening to the MSW shareholders. Speaking to Rian. 2 points for me on this Monday, Reaction Monday. Firstly, it is Bafana Bafana. With Nigeria winning against Rwanda, actually played no favor. Now it means we can just win one game against them and then we qualified for the World Cup. All the best to the boys. Tomorrow night against Nigeria will be tough. At the bare minimum, we will play for a draw. But by all means, let's win. And then to the Springboks, I'll say something more controversial. Though I respect the tradition, I respect culture. And as South Africa, we also have tradition, we have culture. But I think IRB, International Rugby Board, need to sit down and stop the haka. I think it gives the All Blacks a competitive advantage. How I say so? Both teams are allowed to warm up a prior match, then teams goes back. the teams get kitted, they go for the national anthems, and then New Zealand get another chance to warm up. Though it's a tradition they're doing, but they're warming up, and our boys are standing still. So hence they can start a game at a higher tempo than us, because we also have traditions, but we don't do it on rugby field. And I think it's something that they need to consider. Maybe Haka only have played in certain games, but it's unfair. That's my view.
Yeah, I would love to hear what other people feel about that, saying that the Haka gives them an unfair advantage and it should be done away with.
Hey, Reaction Monday, Robert Marawa, Putombjala. I was extremely happy when I saw that farewell message from Repero Costa. Yeah, the Pope deserves better, man. He deserves better. So I'm happy that his finally is leaving. But Rob, I was expecting to a press conference during this FIFA break from Pretoria, Mamelodi Sundowns, to announce a new coach, because that Miguel Cardoso guy, we were still upset, we were still angry, we were still hurt. That guy is killing our shine and piano. We don't want that guy. So we thought maybe during this FIFA window transfer, maybe they will announce a new coach so that can have some few days to train the team. But Klopp is quiet. But Klopp is letting us down, man. This Klopp guy is letting us down. I wish Peter Motsepe can come back to run this team, because Klopp is really letting us down. Klopp, aish.
All right, it's not the first time. I mean, I think you've echoed those sentiments before, saying that the leadership of Sundowns is letting you down, and directing it straight to the chairman of the club itself, saying that he was hoping that during this FIFA week they would hear announcements about the replacement of Cardoso, but it isn't. I mean, if you've gone on social media, you'd find out as well, one of your key players, their top marksman, said his goodbye to Mamelodi Sundowns. So it's finally come to that.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa. My reaction Monday, let me applaud our Bafana coach, Hugo Bruce, for what he has done for the national team since he joined us. I think he has assembled a very, very, very strong squad, Mr. Marawa. You could see from his starting lineup on Friday that he got a variety of options in his playing personnel. And I was very, very happy with the display of Bafana, but I think they could have done better. And I hope tomorrow against Nigeria, they will do well again, so that we can qualify for a World Cup, because we have already put one foot, and the only thing which is left now is for us to put the second foot and then qualify for the World Cup. Thank you, Mr. Marawa. Good show as always.
Yeah, see, Osasu's shaking his head. He doesn't believe that. He believes that Nigeria are going to be winning. I don't know how. I don't know where. I think he's really barking up the wrong tree.
Good evening, Mr. Rob. It's Sulfalang here, and good evening to the MSW shoulders. What a weekend. Not a great weekend to be South African completely, because of the unfortunate loss against France, that is the ladies. But they secured the quarterfinal berth, and we do wish them all the best ahead of their tough task in the quarterfinals. The Springboks as well, they fell short by 7 points to New Zealand. But I think it's a good wake-up call, because they need to realign certain things, and with the changes that they've made, it shows that they are quite intent. They are intentional with the changes that they've made so far. So I'm really interested in the game coming up this weekend. But hard luck to them. Great show as always, Mr. Rob. Thanks.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be such a busy show as well. I mean, you talk about the Boks, the announcement today, so very unrusty-like to be, but the Room Dividers will break it down for us tomorrow, as we also line up for a very crucial World Cup qualifier.
Hi, Barab, Sir JC Tepe here. My reaction Monday. I think we should embrace it that now we are in a Sina Alcaraz era. We are going to see more of these guys. The way Alcaraz was saying that he's seeing Sina more than he's seeing his family. So we should just embrace it. I was just hoping that my man Djokovic will make it to get the 25th title, but it didn't happen for him. What a game. And I'm glad that Amanda gave good account of herself. Like the last final she was in, she didn't even win a set. So at least this time she did give Sabalenka a run for her money. So yeah, I enjoyed watching tennis over the weekend. Good show as well as
Yeah, certainly did. Also watching the Formula One, though, Max Verstappen slowing McLaren's Formula One dominance on Sunday with a phenomenal display, though, of driving on his way to victory at the Italian Grand Prix. Now, the fastest ever race in sports history. Started from pole, reigning world champion Verstappen completed a magical weekend at Monza, which included the fastest lap ever in Formula One in Saturday's qualifier.
I think we made a step forward with the setup. Of course, this is low down for us. Zandvoort is high down for us, and there will be some tracks that will be low down for us, medium down for us, higher down for us. So I think it will be a bit track dependent, where we might be a bit more competitive. But of course, for us today was an incredible day. We take it, and we just keep on trying to improve our package.
Oh, Lando Norris. I mean, he was second, nearly 20 seconds behind Verstappen. He had started the day, though, 34 points behind the Australian driver, who was not happy after he was ordered to let his teammate pass towards the end of the race.
I always know it's going to be a good fight with Max, and it was so enjoyable, but just not the speed today, not the pace of Max and the Red Bull. So a tricky one of the first few weekends where we're just a bit slow.
Well, McLaren told Oscar Piastri to let Norris pass under team orders, controversy also overshadowing Verstappen's Italian Grand Prix victory. Well, they ordered Piastri to cede second place to teammate Norris after a slow pit stop, though dropping the Briton to just behind the Australian after he had been running in second for most of the race. So the result cuts Piastri's lead over Norris by 3 points to 31 with 8 races to go after an Italian Grand Prix, which created a number of talking points.
Oscar, this is a bit like Hungary last year. We pitted in this order for team reasons. Please let Lando pass, then you're free to race.
I mean, we said that a slow pit stop was part of racing, so I don't really get what's changed here. But we really went to do it. That helped us.
I was happy and the pace was really strong. I think some good things to learn there. Maybe not the best opening lap or two either, which didn't really help things. But no, nothing too much to complain about.
We just had no answer. We were too slow today, which is disappointing to say. It's not often this year we've needed or ever could say that, but this weekend we just didn't have the pace, and that was clear already on Friday. So we have a bit of work to do, especially on these lower downforce circuits. We know that.
Well, Ferrari's Charles Leclerc, though, as well as Lewis Hamilton, had solid performances at the team's home race. Cheered on by the passionate red-clad Tifosi, Leclerc finished fourth, while Hamilton surged through the field, though, at the start to cross the line in sixth after starting from 10th, following a 5-place grid penalty.
It's unbelievable to be on the receiving end. I mean, it's Ferrari all the way around the track. I mean, you see the pit straight now. It's as far as the eye can see. It's a dream to drive for this team, and I'm really just going to work as hard as I can to one day stand on the top of that podium. That's my dream.
Well, I can tell you, though, Africa is anxious as Bloemfontein readies itself, though, for World Cup drama tomorrow night at South Africa versus Nigeria. Bafana Bafana against the Super Eagles. I mean, it is a clash of history. It's about pride. It's about destiny. And if you've been following Hugo Broos's men, well, they step into the Free State Stadium unbeaten in the last 16 matches under his direct command. But now they're going to be facing the great and the greatest test yet. It's very simple. A home win could shatter Nigeria's hopes of topping Group C, while a dreaded points deduction hangs pretty much in the background, like a dark cloud over Bafana's campaign. Now, these two giants of African football have been inseparable in recent battles. 3 of the last 4 meetings were locked at 1-1, regulation time, and the others decided by the late drama or the agony of penalties. Now, the ghost of Troste Kong's 89th minute strike, if you go back, and the AFCON semi-final heartbreak that still lingers in Bafana Bafana's hearts. Now, Nigeria arrived in Bloom without their talisman, Victor Osimhen, injured and absent for his make-or-break qualifier. But they remain dangerous. They remain hungry, desperate to keep their World Cup dream alive. But only the group winner will go to the global stage of 2026. The margins are razor thin. Benin lurks. The permutations are brutal. The stakes could not be higher. And to help us make sense of all of this colossal showdown, joined by one of Africa's finest football journalists and broadcaster, Osasu Obayiuwana. That's the one. So we were waiting for that moment because we had about 4 different versions of your surname. So ladies and gentlemen, Osasu
Obayiuwana.
Obayiuwana.
That's it.
I told you how to pronounce your own surname, but you don't believe me. He's going to be breaking it down for us. Osasu, good to see you. Finally, you make it into the studio.
Yes, Robert. I didn't even know I was going to be in South Africa at this time. I actually thought I was going to watch this match on television.
What brings you here, though?
I'm here for the match.
It's in Bloemfontein, not Joburg.
Yeah, I'll be in Bloemfontein tomorrow morning. I have to wake up at 3 a.m. to catch a 6:30 a.m. flight. So it's a busy day tomorrow.
So you flew all the way to watch Nigeria lose?
Well, I came to watch a match. I'm a journalist first and foremost, Robert. I always tell you, I don't get emotional about these things, unlike you.
it's my country. I get very emotional.
Look, you said something when you were introducing. I said two giants. I'm sorry, South Africa are not a giant. I know this is going to raise a lot of eyebrows here.
Are Nigeria giants?
We've won 3 AFCONs and gone to probably 6 or 7 African Cup of Nations finals.
Yeah, but
you've won 1 AFCON, and how many finals have you been to
So remember, we were readmitted back into the international fold. So you didn't suffer from something called apartheid.
No. Don't even go with that excuse.
No, it's not an excuse.
Because within 2 years of your being readmitted, not say 2 years, a bit more, but within a very short period, you won an AFCON.
Yes.
In '96, which you hosted. Although Nigeria didn't come, I won't go there. You won.
Oh, yeah.
Then you went to Burkina Faso in 1998, and you almost won again. Yes, I was there. I was there throughout the whole tournament.
You bring us bad luck, though.
And no. I mean, then you had great players. You had Fish. You had Mosheo. You had. I mean, these were legends, not just of South African football.
But you're going to need to start.
African
You need to start getting used to today's Bafana Bafana.
I think in general, the problem not only for Nigeria but so many African countries now is that the football ecosystem is in such a dilapidated state that most countries are relying on the diasporan talent in order to compete.
But you should just be giving us credit and saying Bafana Bafana have improved.
You have improved for now in terms of the African qualifying, and I think to be fair, I think Hugo Broos has done a very, very good job. I think he's a good coach, a very good coach. I've known him since he was coaching in Belgium. He's had a record of being a very sound coach. I mean, he did very well in Cameroon as well before he came to South Africa.
2017 winning.
So he has that record. And I think Hugo Broos has done a brilliant job of making the maximum out of the minimum. On the other hand, Nigeria is making the minimum out of the maximum. That's the problem.
Okay, we're going to go down to Bloemfontein. Tolagele Mganga is standing by. EWN reporter is going to be giving us the latest when we come back from the break.
MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. MSW.
Hello, nice. Dim the lights and put your phone on Do Not Disturb, because this season is the ultimate pleasure ride. Nandi and Jacob, fatal attraction. Secrets, lies, mystery, and seduction. Now that's the type of guilty pleasure we like. On Fatal Seduction Season 2, now playing on Netflix. Basic plan from 99 rand a month. T's and C's apply.
We built Lula to give business owners more time to run your business without begging big banks for support. More freedom to get funding without giving up the collateral that got you this far. Lula is South Africa's first business-only banking suite where you can access funding in as little as 24 hours. No paperwork, no queues, just excellent service. Apply now and experience business-class banking and funding at lula.co.za.
Did you know that Lotto Star gives you real money back doing what you enjoy the most? You heard right. We're the only online betting company that rewards you with real ka-ching for simply placing bets on your favorite games. To date, we've paid out over 250 million rand in star rewards. Visit lottostar.co.za, your world of live games. Lotto Star is licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18. NRGP 0800 006 008. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
What if the car you want is also the car that makes sense?
The all-electric Volvo XC40 Recharge. Premium design, now with a practical promise. Guaranteed future value at prime minus 9%. Then you can choose return, keep, or upgrade your Volvo. Available at your nearest dealer. T's and C's apply. Finance is subject to approval. Initiation and monthly service fees apply. Volvo Car Finance, a product of Westbank, a division of Westbank Bank Limited, an authorized financial services and registered credit provider. NCRCP 20.
My wife asked me to deal with the roof leak in the kitchen. Thought I had fixed it, but surprise, it's back. She is not happy.
If you don't want to sleep on the couch tonight, just get Flash Harry and sort it out.
Flash Harry? Like a magician for leaks?
No, Flash Harry, the go-to solution for a leak-free home. Trusted by South Africans since 1975.
Where can I find it?
Any good hardware store. Flash Harry. It just works. Find your nearest stockist at flashharry.co.za.
Monday. It sneaks up on you faster than Dub waving goodbye to an entire generation. It's the day when you wish the multiverse were real, so that you could find an alternate reality where it's always Friday afternoon. So, when you need the 25-hour energy to start the week on your terms, grab a Bar 1 and seize the Monday. Nestle Bar 1. Energy for a 25-hour day.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
But here's the twist, though, because Pirates were never his favorite club. A staunch Kaizer Chiefs supporter, we all know Legs of Thunder because when Jerry Skosana was on the pitch, goalkeepers kind of trembled.
Jerry Skosana and Chastina Sabkhili, Brandalo
Ask his good old friend now, Brian Spider Baloyi.
Hey, thanks, Matluputu Marawa.
What do you, hey, did I say something wrong? Did that Kaizer Chiefs thing touch you?
Puthi kuvela philo kwama angle no Brian Baloyi, so yeah.
But he's your friend now.
Sesesikolweni because mina ngimaze iPirates ngiyi-Chiefs ekhaya kubo the late Phil Sitseli.
Yes.
He's an uncle to Brian Baloyi.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Hayi, Matluputu. Malume.
Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW.
Good evening, Rob, and all the listeners. This is Joy from Watville in Benoni. My reaction Monday, it has to be the game between Nigeria and Rwanda. To me, the performance of the Super Eagles was not all that impressive. And for them to walk away with 3 points, they didn't deserve it. I think a draw would have been a fair result. And the way they played, the way I saw them, I think Bafana Bafana, they are guaranteed to collect 3 points from that game. That's how I saw it. Thank you so much, Rob.
Not your ordinary Monday. It's Reaction Monday. Hashtag MSW.
All right, before we continue our conversation with Osasu in studio, let's head off to Bloemfontein. EWN sports reporter Tholakele Mganga is on standby for the latest. Tholakele, thank you so much, man. What's cooking down there? Are we cooking 3 points?
We are hopefully cooking 3 points, Rob. Remember, it's not points that will guarantee us qualification. They will just edge us closer because we still have to keep an eye on that Benin and Rwanda game, because if they end up in a draw, then South Africa will definitely book their tickets to the USA, Mexico, and Canada. But Coach Hugo Bruce has been keen to emphasize that when this international break started, he would have been happy with a 4 from 6. So obviously that's a win against Lesotho and possibly a draw against Nigeria. A 6 from 6 is the dream, but this is a Nigeria side who definitely do have most of the pressure on them because they're in a situation where they cannot afford to drop any points in their remaining fixtures. So South Africa kind of do have that cushion to say, even if we draw this one, we can go into the October international break, knowing that victory in those 2 clashes will secure us a ticket to next year's tournament.
What can we pick up from the press conferences that you've attended?
The players are very calm. They're in a situation where they know exactly what's required of them. They're also facing a Nigeria side who they've already played twice over the past year. Yes, they've had the heartbreak of AFCON, but that, if anything, is actually pushing them more towards wanting this victory to show the Super Eagles. Previously, with your guest, you had mentioned that South Africa apparently are not a footballing powerhouse. But for the players, if this new generation of players are kind of going to bring back the honor of Bafana Bafana, these are the games they need to be winning, where on paper everybody says, oh, because the Nigeria players play in Europe, they must be the better side. no, the advantage for a lot of these South African players is that because a lot of them play for the same team, they play with each other week in, week out. When they get into international football, it's not that much of a change. They don't have to do a lot of work. It's just about integrating the youngsters who've now gotten up to the pace of international football, especially on Friday, where we saw the likes of Ndegeze Limbogazi doing really, really well. So it's those players that just now need to understand the magnitude and the kind of level of commitment and passion that's required from such a game, because they're so close to their dream. Coach Hugo Bruce speaking about how next year it'll be 40 years since he played at a World Cup in Mexico. He wants to make sure that in his final tenure as a coach, the team is able to kind of finish it off and be able to experience a World Cup for the first time since 2010. A lot of them were not even thinking of playing that tournament, never had an opportunity. So if they can use that spirit of when Philip was here to drive them to qualify for a tournament, he wants them to have a chance to do that.
Yeah, I think never ever use any quote, Tolagele, that comes through from Osasu calling us a non-powerhouse or anything. He's a very disgruntled human being, but we'll get down.
Controvertible evidence.
No.
I deal with evidence, not fables, not stories.
So we'll deal with Osasu. He's very charged up. He's excited. He's going to be driving overnight to Bloemfontein. But the bottom line, South African fans are saying Victor needs to be there, because if he isn't there, then they're going to make excuses to say that their key player wasn't there. Was that discussed at the press conference? Any signs that he might sneak it in, or is he definitely not going to be playing?
He's definitely not going to be playing. Coach Chell and Coach Hugo Bush were saying that, guys, just because the Nigerians have lost one key player doesn't mean that all of a sudden the team is weak. They have enough players within their arsenal on the bench that can come through and put on a performance. Victor didn't score in the game on Saturday. So that shows you that within their arsenal, they have players that are able to score goals. And that's going to win them games. For Coach Hugo Bruce, he's just constantly emphasizing to his players that if they focus on their games, don't get carried away by the moment. I think the fans are the ones that are getting carried away by the fact that they have to qualify for a World Cup. I spoke to Sipho Chain on Saturday, where he was saying that if we just look at it as a 90-minute game, forget what it stands for and what winning would mean. If you just focus on the 90 minutes itself and make sure that you win those 90 minutes, everything else will sort itself out.
She's our eyes and ears. Looking forward to a chat tomorrow as we build up to the big kickoff. Tolagele, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Rob.
Tolagele Mganga, EWN Sports reporter, live from Bloemfontein, and studio is Osasu. Have Nigeria been struggling? So let's be objective here. Have they been struggling in terms of international football? Do you see them struggling against Bafana Bafana, who are on form and top of the table? What's your breakdown ahead of tomorrow?
If you're asking me if they've been struggling, then I will answer with the Latin maxim, res ipsa loquitur. You know what that means, right?
Break it down. I'm not Latin.
It means the facts speak for themselves.
So have they been?
Of course. If you've been playing in a qualifying series of 10 games and it takes you to match 7 to win at home, then you're in a mess.
So what is the problem? Because I know that one of the things you do very well is break down, diagnose, pick up what is intrinsically problematic within the team. So what is?
Well, Robert, the bells have been tolling for about 6 or 7 years now. So what you're just seeing are the symptoms, the consequences of what we have been warning against. In 2021, in the later stage of 2021, when we were all still in the race to qualify for World Cup 2022 in Qatar, there was so much pressure on the then Nigerian manager, Gernot Rohr. And I found it a bit strange because he was given a target. The target was get Nigeria to the playoffs. That's the target. You know, it doesn't matter if there are storms and there are difficulties along the way. What matters is, did you achieve the target you were given? And he did that. In the 5 years he coached Nigeria, he qualified, the first time he qualified Nigeria with even a game to spare. Then he went to a Nations Cup in Egypt. He won the bronze medal. Then he started to work on the qualification for World Cup 22. And then got to a stage at the later part of the year. People started saying, oh, the team doesn't play with enough panache. We don't like the style with which the team plays its games. And look, I am all for football being an art rather than a science. I love the Barcelona tiki-taka way. That's why I want football to be played.
Sure.
But also, you've got to be a football pragmatist. When you have to qualify for a tournament, it is about getting there by any means necessary.
So Nigeria aren't getting to the World Cup.
In this one, it's difficult. And to be honest, I have said it for many months that it would be easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for Nigeria to qualify for this tournament. The fact that I'm Nigerian is not going to make me sugarcoat this. It's for Nigeria, it's a shame and it is unacceptable for us to be in the state we are now. And many of us who have given our lives to football and have cared about Nigerian football, we are incandescent with rage over the state of the national team as it is today. Look, since December 2021, I want to count the number of coaches that Nigeria has had. You had Genoro, then Augustine Eguavon took over for the AFCON. Then for the playoffs, it was Augustine Eguavon and Emmanuel Amunike working as co-coaches. That's 4 I've counted already. Then you have Jose Pesero, making 5. Then you had Augustine Eguavon coming back again as a caretaker coach to finish the remainder of the AFCON qualifiers. That's 6. Then you had Finidi George, 7. And now you have Eric Shell, number 8. So between December 2021 and September 2025, there has been a revolving door going round 8 times.
So there could be.
Is this how any serious football association manages the affairs of its national team?
But what is that indicative of? I mean, why do you find yourself in free fall in terms of coaching?
Look, if you have a manager and you want a competent manager can only come from a competent federation who knows what they want, what qualities they want in the manager.
So who's problematic in the FA in Nigeria?
Look, the president of the federation has a lot to answer for. A lot.
So he's the problematic one.
It is beyond him, but he cannot escape responsibility because he's the leader. If you're a leader of any organization, whether you're the president of the country, the CEO of an organization, or the president of a federation, when things are not going wrong, you must take responsibility for it.
So what are the repercussions in the event and when Nigeria don't qualify for the World Cup?
If Nigeria don't qualify, he and his executive committee are dead men walking.
They're going to walk? Gone?
They are, knowing my country and knowing the way Nigerian officials behave, even when they have failed to deliver, they will fight tooth and nail to remain.
So is that why you're fighting tooth and nail about the Mokoena issue when it's not an issue? When
it is an issue. No, Robert. This is why I say, put aside that I'm Nigerian and you're South African. Let us be professional in our analysis of this.
That's what I want to find out. But
No, Robert.
What's the Nigerian approach?
Robert, listen.
Yeah.
For the World Cup in 2018, we did exactly the same thing you guys did. Shehu Abdullahi played against Algeria when he had 2 yellow cards. And FIFA punished us, and rightly so. And there were no complaints because we messed up. And the federation at that time, they said they were setting up an inquiry to find out what happened. They just used this as a pretext to just put everything, as we say in Nigeria, it entered voicemail and it never came out of voicemail. Look at the situation with you guys too. Has anything happened to Vincent Seka since this thing happened? If you guys were serious, or if the president of SAFA is serious, that guy must be fired immediately when that thing comes, because that is a level of incompetence no country can tolerate.
Team management. Yes. So all I'm saying is that given the rules of how these things happen, and given the threat almost in the press conferences to say that if maybe for the spirit of the game, don't play Mokoena against Lesotho, and the coach says no, I play football on the field, not in the boardroom.
No, he has.
And then they played.
They have no. You see, they messed up this situation with Tebo so badly that the safest thing is just to pack him now. Look.
So what is Nigeria hinging on?
It's not a matter of Nigeria. Listen, all the countries in the group want to qualify. This is not about Nigeria alone, you know. It is about Rwanda. It is about Benin. Look, all countries in the group have an interest in making sure that before we start, in fact, that's where I've talked to FIFA about this. And I've talked to some highly placed people in FIFA. I don't want to name them.
Is there a case?
I don't want to embarrass them. But I told them, that this thing you are doing, you will damage FIFA's image. Because it's not about South Africa, it's not about Nigeria, it is about the rule of law in football. When a rule is broken, you enforce the penalty that comes with the disobedience of the law. It's as simple as that.
But if Lesotho had taken that upon themselves...
It's not, whether Lesotho complains or not is irrelevant, because the rule is the rule and it must be enforced, whether there is a complaint or there is no complaint.
All right, what's the final score going to be? You're going to be here the whole week, so we're still going to have you back in studio. What's the final score going to be tomorrow?
Je ne sais pas. I don't know.
There's no such. Osasu, you've flown into South Africa to come and watch this game.
I don't know, honestly.
No, you have to.
Nigeria is a very funny country.
Give us a score. We have to go.
I have no score to give you. All I know is that there will be a lot of drama in the game, for sure.
So you're accepting that Nigeria will lose?
No, but I'm surely not telling you that Nigeria will win either. I'm just waiting to see how it goes.
There you have it, guys. Osasu saying Nigeria will lose. Catch us again tomorrow.
Marawa
Robert
Sports is lying.
Worldwide,
I didn't say that.
By Hollywood Bets. Osasu says Nigeria will lose.
The thrill, the drama, the action. Let the game begin. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets. Hashtag MSW. Live now on 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM and Soweto Live. At the same time.